Hello, how's everybody doing? This is another ex-Jehovah Witness tape. Thank God I'm back to my Jehovah Witness tapes. Okay. I mean, hopefully for now. Well, we started a subject and maybe we're in a new type of thing, going into a new direction, because we got the I got the data, the data experiment that I was working with. Um, how can I call it? Not data thing. Um, the last project that we did, I know I didn't call it a data, but it was a what did they call excess program? Yeah, uh, um, where we collected the data and everything. But what did I call it? I can't remember what we called it. I don't know if it came up with the name, but we had the website going on. And anyway, that's not completed, but it will be completed. The only problem is that I'm working all the time. I mean, I got another job. It just, I can't even explain it. You know what I mean? Um, it's just in my life, but I have to do some videos, okay? I'm gonna continue that. I will finish that. Even the letter that I talked about, we have to talk about that also. But now we were talking about dreams last time, and I wanted to do a video until we get into another session or complete the data processing thing that I was doing. So I'm just gonna do some videos when I get a chance. And for now, I'm just gonna speak on open things that I guess, came up with or thought about. Um, but it's not just that; it's something more that I feel is very important to express in my YouTubes. And that was from the last one that we talked about, was like dreams. So excuse me. So this one is going to be on how I dream, how my dreams changed from being a Jehovah Witness and being an ex-Jehovah Witness. Um, Dreams are very important. How I used to dream when I was a Jehovah Witness, a lot of things were restricted. So I didn't have a, I didn't, I never dreamt, I can't, well, first of all, if you're talking about a dream, dreams are things that you can remember. That's the dreams that you're talking about. So I can say important dreams. I mean, we have important dreams now that we're talking about dreams. It's opening up a new door. Um, I can see that there's all different kinds of dreams, but I didn't have any dreams like of the new system. I mean, that I remember. So what I'm saying is that's a big thing too, because everything is relying on this new on this new system, but I never had any dreams with the new system. But getting back to as a Jehovah Witness and dreaming, there's so many different kinds of dreams. I don't think that a dream, like a daydream, or when you're dreaming about things that you want to do, I think it's in the same kind of category as dreams when you go to sleep and fall asleep. Um, why? Because it's your personal dreams. When I was a Jehovah Witness, I couldn't. I didn't have those dreams. I want to say this for one thing, because I know some people think I'm just talking off the top of my head, but that's not true. I want to state what this is going to be about. You notice in my YouTubes, I usually structure things. And I think about them, like I said, I think a lot about the YouTube before I do a YouTube. And very seldom do I just open up a YouTube without thinking about the subject that I'm going to talk about. And a lot of times I don't, if my thought process on a YouTube doesn't like click, I won't do the YouTube. I'll just build it or put it somewhere else. So I'm just giving you this structure to show you that I did think about what I was talking about for a while since the last YouTube. So we're going to talk about like how I dreamt, how my dreams were, in as a Jehovah Witness and the restrictions on them. And then I'm going to talk about as an ex-Jehovah Witness how I had to search for my dreams or build my dreams into something that was personal, and it told a story about myself and how my dreams changed and how I love my dreams as far as being an ex-Jehovah Witness. So that's the two things I want to talk about. Is there a oh yeah, and there's a tie-in. The tie-in, when I talked about my last YouTube, I talked about when my brother died, not when my brother died, but about my brother and the dream I had with him that I hold dearly. And I want to say something about that with my brother. I want to say this one thing, because for you, there's some people who really, know about the videos, and I want to give them treats for doing that. I mean, I'm not saying that. It's just that you get more out of the videos when you know what I, the former videos, and it strengthens your interest. But I want to say about my brother, when I told you about him the last YouTube, about my last YouTube, ex-Jehovah Witness YouTube, I did dream about him. I do dream about a lot of members of my family, but they're just dreams. I know I dreamt about them. So that's why I know they're that's why I know it's important to dream. That also I wanted to show that it's set aside, that dream that I told you about my brother in the last YouTube. So it is a meaningful dream, because I remember so many things about it clearly, crystal clear. But I do always dream about my ex-Jehovah Witness. It's funny, my ex-Jehovah Witness brothers and sisters. And a lot of times I dream as a Jehovah Witness. And I know I'm going off on a tangent, but it'll tie in everything with this, with my last YouTube. And sometimes I dream like, a lot of times I dream as the reason why I know it's true, my dream, because I do dream as an ex-Jehovah Witness. Most of the time, I dream as an ex-Jehovah Witness. I mean, like I'm talking to my family or something like that. It has to do with I'm knowing that I'm an ex-Jehovah Witness. Sometimes I'm a Jehovah Witness. I don't know why, just sometimes. But I know, I'm inside a Jehovah Witness. Doesn't have anything to do with the memory, with the past or anything. It's just a situation, and I'm in a Jehovah Witness, but I still have that kind of, that I've always had that kind of rebel kind of being against this, the structure and everything in the dreams. But I do sometimes being a Jehovah Witness. It's like inside my dreams. And those dreams I just know about, okay? But I don't know exactly, I can't remember them. Like I know my brother, I dream with my brother. I dream with my brother. They're all old. I can tell you the names. Everybody's old. They want to be in a video. Okay, like Gregory, I dream with him. And all the friends that I have and everything, anybody that would know these names, they would be old. I'm not saying anything against old, but I'm old too, so give it up, tell everybody. What's he gonna say? So I dreamt with Gregory. I would dream with him every so often with him. He's totally gone. Never, I don't think he would ever speak to me. I used to dream with Daryl, and after Daryl, I told you about him in the last YouTube. I would dream about him with him every so often, but that important dream was in the last one. But I'm just telling you about dreams that I just have and they go away. I know I dreamt with Lynette a lot. I dreamt with her a lot. Annie, I dreamt with Annie. I dreamt with Nita. I remember dreaming one dream with Nita. She was just crying. I don't know. Let me see. I just dreamed with everybody. I'm almost sure I dreamt with Ronnie. Some dreams, some things, some situations. But they're all like, Okay, let me tell you about my dreams. Most of my dreams, and we're going in this because I'm telling you about how my dreams has changed. And all these dreams I'm telling you about now didn't occur until after I left the Jehovah Witnesses. And I wanted to say something about my dreams. First of all, usually I'm working. Okay. Maybe because, I got like 3 jobs now. I'm always usually in a working type situation or some kind of structure or doing things like that, building something, working. That's kind of a, dreamy dreams that I used to have. So I mentioned everybody in my family, and those are the people that I dreamt with all of them, okay? But I don't remember, but I know I dreamt. I kind of vaguely remember some of them, but I know I dreamt with them all. And my mother, definitely. And I even still dream with my father, And I still dream with them, but they're in, just like regular type dreams, but I know that I dreamt with them. So, they are like characters in my life still, so if you have people who passed away, your family member that passed away or something, and you still dream with them, or did Jehovah Witness and you still dream with them, you still have a part of them, so that really helps out a lot. The dreams really do help a lot. Now, how am I going to get back to where I was? I told you about the structure. Now I'm coming back to my dreams as a Jehovah's Witness, because I told you a lot of information about my dreams and how I dream and stuff like that, generally speaking. And I also told you that all those dreams occurred when I was after I was Jehovah's Witness. I mean, after I left the Jehovah's Witnesses. So as an ex-Jehovah's Witness. So now, when I was a Jehovah's Witness, and I was pretty old after, I only left the congregation maybe when I was close to 30. So that was a long time, okay? And I was mature, so to speak. I knew what was going on. I was taking care of myself, trying to take care of myself or whatever. But I'm just saying, I was in the organization for a while to talk about it and be an expertise on it. So I didn't have those dreams, okay? I didn't have dreams like that I remember, first of all. And like the dreams that I remember, I'm older and I remember a lot of my dreams. So I didn't have, plus I didn't have the freedom to dream as much as I wanted to. So you got to look at that. As an ex-Jehovah's Witness, there was restrictions on my dreams. So that means I couldn't find out about myself as much. And I notice now in my dreams, which I think everybody should come to, is I could see in my life as a Jehovah's Witness, when I did have dreams, they made no sense or anything. And I didn't enjoy them as much. It was just dreaming to sleep or whatever. But I know, oh yeah, a lot of weird dreams I had. Yeah, just now I'm opening up the other box. I can see I did have a lot of weird dreams. Now I don't pretty much have those strange dreams that I had before, which is one thing as far as I'm looking back on. But I'm saying the restrictions, meaning, which is sad, is that, like I said about the last YouTube, it was like being tortured, not being able to spend time with yourself. It's like a torture. You can't say that it's a torture not being with your family members if you can't say it's it has to be a torture if you can't spend time with yourself and getting to know yourself better, okay? So that's one restriction that I had, to where I wasn't able to think a lot of things, that I didn't have the freedom to be in my dreams or to dream about certain things. And I noticed in my dreams, I remember me, you know what I mean? And because I don't remember me in my dreams, that means I didn't pretty much know who I was. Now in my dreams, I know me, I know it's me, and that shows that you're stronger. I would say, this is my opinion, okay? So I couldn't dream. I didn't dream about, like doing very well, being successful. There's nothing wrong with that. Having the beautiful things in life, to enjoying my life with someone, I mean, a lot of the things were restrictive. Like, for instance, I knew that I could do a lot of things. I knew I wanted to go to college and graduate and get a nice job. But because I didn't dream about them, I mean, I didn't really dream about a lot of things in my normal life because it was strict restrictions. I couldn't dream about being a rock and roll star, although I really tried, but I didn't dream it. I just had an urge to do it, but my dreaming aspect was not there. I mean, if I didn't see myself in that position, I mean, but now I can pretty much dream anyway, and so as a Jehovah Witness, we do have restrictions on dreams. There's just so many things that was restricted to where I couldn't dream this, I couldn't dream that. And like, for instance, I mean, like, as a Jehovah Witness, another dreams I didn't have. It's like when somebody passed away in our family, I didn't have those dreams of, like, just having a dream with them, and them in my dream, okay? I don't remember anything like that. So it was pretty much, but the only thing, now that I'm speaking of it, it was just it's pretty weird dreams, okay? I mean, I still have weird dreams and sometimes scary dreams, but back then I had more like nightmares and things like that. I did have a wide variety. I mean, not every time, but there was like just not comfortable dreams a lot of times. That's what I remember. Now, as an ex-Jehovah Witness, I never dreamed of spiritual dreams. As a Jehovah Witness, I never dreamed like a peace, okay? That's another thing that's not given to us as a Jehovah Witness. You can't dream of peace. And when I talk about dreams that you dream, daydream when you're awake, and the dreams that you have when you're sleeping, they pretty much connect to each other a lot of times, Especially when you know yourself. The more you know yourself, you see how they connect. So I didn't dream of peace. When I'm saying peace, I mean like other people, like doing things together with other people, because there was restrictions on who you can talk to, who you can do this with, who you can associate with, and you only associate with a certain amount of people. So now I'm going to come out to when I went to the judicial meeting. That's cracked the egg. You know what I mean? Because at that time, it was like a big dream. And I told you I put the abstract one, a judicial meeting, when I had a judicial meeting, it was, and I told you about the abstract meaning of it. That was the first time that whole scenario of me coming out of the Jehovah Witness. I don't like when they say Jehovah Witness church, because they don't have a church. The Jehovah Witness Kingdom Hall. When I was coming out, it was one of the most spiritual times that I witnessed it. I mean, it just came to me. It wasn't anything that I did. It was like surrounding me. And that was when I started dreaming or seeing things in a spiritual way. Okay, before I never had that ability to. I couldn't see things spiritually because the governing body took that. So then when I came out, like I said, it was like, and it was all this spirituality, the godness, Jehovah, not Jehovah Witness, but it was Jehovah Witness, and then it was the spiritual light, okay? Because I didn't know who God was at that time. I mean, I had to get to know him, but, he's got a lot of people working for him. But I'm saying it was that feeling that some people get a Jesus feeling, But I'm the one that likes to know everything, like, why is this, why is that, why is this, why is that. So I guess I could say it's a Jesus type feeling, or Jesus, God feeling, But I didn't know what was going on. But that was my first experience as far as the spiritual type of enlightenment that I had. And it just happened. I was not in control of that. So that's what was my first dream, and I could never have that dream staying in a Jehovah Witness. But another thing too, just before I'm sorry for pointing, but just before I stop this, I want to say I did have like 3 or 4 dreams just before my judicial meeting. It was powerful, okay? And I'm going to tell you another thing that happened to me too at that time, and this is everything coinciding with the dreams, okay, and spiritual things and just dreams in general, when you're awake, when you're sleeping, okay. And I had like 3 dreams which meant something also, and it actually came true, but that's in the YouTubes in the back. Before I went to judicial meeting, I had like 3 random dreams that I remember very clearly. I haven't talked about them in a while, so they're kind of scanty. I can't, I haven't used them that much, but they're still definite dreams. And I know, I didn't know God, but I knew that it was God. But I couldn't, that's another thing too. There was God, but I couldn't explain his existence. And it definitely wasn't explained as far as the Jehovah was concerned, because I was leaving the Jehovah, and then there was power. Like I said, we don't have to have a name; it's just there, and it just was there with the dreams. Okay, and I know they meant something, because how can I say this? Okay. I was sitting, okay, it was just, when you coming out to that religion, it's just like a storm, like you would not believe. There were so many things happening. But a lot of people realize this, the ones that leave with nothing. They're smart ones, and I'm so happy that not everybody leaves that way, but a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses leave in a tornado. Tornado. But I know there was God with me, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how or whatever. But I remember there was one area I was in. It was like a shopping underground type area that I used to hang out, actually. And something, it wasn't no words. Nobody talked to me or anything. It was just spiritual. I knew what to do, And I had to call this. It was after I had gotten disfellowship, and the part of the dream, because in the judicial meeting I told them about these dreams, but I can't talk about because it's in the other YouTube. But anyway, I told the brothers about my dream, but this is afterwards because it came true. I had left the country and I came back, and I didn't have anywhere to go. It was really sad. But I was in an underground, type shopping situation, and I got this feeling to call them, okay? It actually fulfilled the dream that I had long time ago before the judicial meeting. And I didn't want to. I didn't want to call them. And the thing was so powerful. Now I know it's God. Totally powerful. But gentle. Okay? That's the thing about it. It's God when it's like this power of destruction. But it's no destruction. It's like beauty. But it's so much like you feel this strong powerful things surrounding you, and all of a sudden it's so careful. So it was like that. So I used to, I always smoke, and I was smoking that's the first thing I did, because I just getting out of Jehovah's Witness, didn't want to smoke, so I wanted to smoke. And I didn't smoke back then that much. Actually, a pack would last me about a week or two. Okay. But anyway, getting back, so it has something to do with cigarettes. So I had these cigarettes. I like to show, I know I have a pack of cigarettes. Oh yeah, okay. So I had these, my family is always like this. When we describe something, we like to act it out. So, so anyway, so I had these, it was like this, but only said Marlboro Lights. And I had these cigarettes, but this thing was so powerful. You know, and it's funny, you know it's God because he doesn't say who he is. He doesn't say, hey, this is God. He's not going to do that. I mean, I didn't even know him. He, you know, he's not going to say, he didn't say, hi, how are you doing? This is God. No, he doesn't do that. You just know. I like that. That's one point I want to make is that I'm glad I didn't, it was definitely not their Jehovah. That's for sure. Because this guy was like, boom. You don't even have to know my name. You don't even have to know anything about me. I'm here. I'm the boss. Like that. You know what I mean? But then this gentleness. Well, it was so beautiful. So anyway, I had this pack of cigarettes. And I said, I'm not going to make the call. But it's not talking, okay? It's so before talking. It's like, how can I say? Only God can do it. It's like you don't talk or anything. You're just like, you got to do this, but no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that, okay? So what did he do? I was smoking cigarettes and I opened up, and this is when you can smoke inside, and I opened up the cigarette and it was cut right in half. It was cut in half, clean. I mean, and it wasn't like, okay, like I had 3 cigarettes here. If it was cut, if it just cut automatically, it would just fall apart, okay? No. This, when I opened the cigarette and pulled it out, it was cut in half. And I did it like that. And then I made the call, okay? But that's what I'm saying. It was so power, but then this beautiful thing. So I made the call to them. And that call fulfilled the dream. I never had that dream at all when I was Jehovah Witness. And another thing too, God never overpowered me like that until I left the Jehovah Witness. Until I left Jehovah Witnesses. And it's something when you experience that you can't tell anybody because it's like, who's gonna? I mean, why would I tell anybody? So they're saying, oh, Jehovah Witness, it's definitely not God because he doesn't work like that. You know, it's just like Moses, okay? When Moses wanted to know, well, what can I call you? You know what I mean? He didn't say my name or anything. He was just boom. You know what I mean? So anyway, I did that call, and that call, when I finished the call, I knew that it had fulfilled a dream that I had, and that was the first time I ever dreamed something like that, you know. And I heard a lot of dreams like that from people, and I'm happy I wasn't the only one that things like that happened to. So those are when I started dreaming. Then after that, I didn't. You can say that was like a gift, okay? So as an ex-Jehovah Witness, we get to dream. And that was something that I may have taken for granted, because now I don't. But I let this time slip away, but I never connected anything. I never connected anything at all. But as far as dreaming is things that you want to do, when I was a Jehovah Witness, when I left the Jehovah Witnesses, it took a while for me to be able to dream about things that I wanted in life, what I wanted to do with my life. But although I was free to do it, and like I said, I'm the type of person that was hard for me to connect those dots. If I had connected the dots with that power, if I had known who that power was, I didn't say that was God because I didn't. It was like no, it was like the only thing I knew was it was no stranger. Okay, that's the only thing I knew. And then after that, I had a freedom to dream, but I couldn't dream. I couldn't dream. And I mean, I didn't dream until after that, became more of, until I became more of myself. The more I learned about myself, the more I, I would dream more. And there's another thing too. I used to not really, some of my dreams, I didn't like or whatever. I mean, I didn't enjoy my dreams as much. But I noticed the more I got to know myself, the more my in my dreams I was who I was. Like right now when I dream, I'm Pierre Dur. I mean, I'm who I am. But when I was Jehovah Witness, it was separate. It was like disconnect dreams. There's no way in the world this world and this world connects. And now I'm in my dream. I mean, I'm the person. I could be, it's like dreaming any place, any other dreams, but only I don't matter how weird or how strange the dream is, I'm the person in it, which is a blessing. And that's what I've learned as an ex-Jehovah Witness. And I'm talking about dreams, but a lot of people don't, maybe we're taking it for granted, okay? But it's not really good to take for granted because it keeps us healthy. I want to give this experience about this girl with just dreams, but I don't think I should because it's going to take too much longer. And okay, it's not that bad. It's 31. But that's one thing ex-Jehovah Witnesses should realize is that, excuse me, that now we're able to dream. We're able to, I remember when I was right here, now I'm going up, 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 up. We should be able to, we shouldn't take our dreams for granted. And I'm glad for this YouTube because if you're ex-Jehovah Witness, think about how you dream now, okay? And the importance of your dream. But when you're a Jehovah Witness, what are you going to dream about the new system? They don't tell you anything about it. You know what I mean? But you have so many things to dream about. And remember one thing in all your dreams. I mean, like, even when we have to be thankful that even when we're daydreaming or whatever, we're daydreaming, okay? We wouldn't have that ability if we were a Jehovah Witness. There's no way in the world that my brothers and sisters that are in Jehovah Witnesses dream alike. When somebody, like I said, when someone passed away, it was no dream. It was, they passed away, keep going, do whatever you have to do, And life is not like that. And they don't get to, now I know it's a torture because they don't get to know anything about themselves. So as the ex-Jehovah Witness, we get to dream about what we want to be, even if we don't make it there. But, I will keep dreaming no matter what. You always have to find a way. And the dreams are very important. And when I say dreams, I don't just like say dreaming about goals or anything. I'm talking about dreaming about even peace, or dreaming about peace, peace in the world, or dreaming about I wish this was better, or I wish that was not like this, or I wish this was not like that. Those are things you don't have a freedom as a Jehovah Witness because you can't, there's so many things, so many restrictions. You can't dream, you dream generically, Jehovah Witness generics, but you can't dream like for yourself. And there's things that, I don't hide anything from God. There's things that I want. What people would call maybe bad, or I'm not saying bad, but not healthy for myself, I'm not saying not healthy, but things I don't want to, I don't want to discuss it like this, but I'm sure most people will understand. Like, just I don't know. I guess you can say, can I break down and say this? Or how can I, because I want them to understand what I'm talking about. But I don't want to get into this big subject. So how can I explain this? Okay, I just don't hide anything from him. And I'm not talking about bad things. It's just things and human things. And, like, or should I? But sometimes I do things and he goes, no, you cannot do that. No, you can't do that. I mean, so, okay, so I guess how I should just show you. I mean, like when I'm on the internet or something, or I'm looking at something, maybe something that I cannot put that. Okay, we're not gonna put that in this because this is another video. It's just like everybody knows what I'm talking about, but I don't hide it from him. I go, oh, or look at that, or look at that. But I let him know, and you can't do that. What I'm saying is, you can't do that as a Jehovah Witness. You can't be open with God like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna say it because I don't want people to get the wrong idea of what I'm talking about. The only thing I'm talking about is like, I'm not saying when you get how can I put this? Not aroused, but sometimes you want to be aroused. I guess sexually, or not even sexually. You want to be with someone. I'm putting it in a generic, and I'm making it sound very logical. But like, as a human being, we long for like affection. I mean, I guess sometimes it could be called sex, or it could be called love. I'm mostly into love, though. So I'm not talking about the complexities, but what I'm trying to say is I am able to dream about things. I'm able to tell God about those things. And he either corrects me or says, no, you can't do that. I mean, and I'm not afraid of that. When I was Jehovah Witness, I couldn't do that. I was afraid of God. There's no way in the world I would let him in my mind like that. But now, if I get aroused or something like that, I don't think it's in a lot of cases. I mean, because I'm not sexual person, but you long for certain things. But what I'm saying is, I don't. You long for a connection, to be with somebody or something physically, but I don't. I don't. I don't hide that from God. I let him know. If I like somebody, or if I see somebody, I go, I like the person. The person's beautiful, or this or that, or I would like this. Now that's other things I'm talking about. So now I let it all hang out. But what I'm trying to say is, I because of my dreams, when I was Jehovah's Witness, I didn't do that. I would just hide it in my mind, saying, "Whoa, that's not me. No, that's not me. No, that's not me." You know what I mean? And now I have a freedom, but I also have a discipline, so which is very good. So now we finished that. So now we're ending that, and now that's what I'm talking about, the freedom that we have. And going too far, well, a lot of times you will go too far, but what I do believe in God. And like I said, because I have a personal relationship with him, like I didn't have when I was a Jehovah Witness, that's where I'm protected. I'm not protected by the organization of Jehovah Witnesses telling me what to do. Right? The thing about it is, you can't even tell them the things that you do, because everybody would be disfellowshipped. Okay. So anyway, so now we finished that. Now I'm going to tell you about this dream. Okay, and it's not bad. Oh, it's not a bad time. So now I wanted to tell you about this dream I had. Okay, since I talked about my brother who was a Jehovah Witness, I want to talk about my niece who was a Jehovah Witness. She's an ex. I consider her an ex-Jehovah Witness. I think she got baptized really young. I know. I'm not sure, but I know she had the ex-Jehovah Witness type mind, because her mother was a Jehovah Witness and my brother was. But I remember her, she told me one time that she had lupus. And that's another thing as far as being an ex-Jehovah Witness. You can talk about things that, personal things that you don't have to worry about the congregation. You know what I mean? So she told me about certain things that she had. She had this problem, everything. But of my nieces and my nephews, this girl she loved me. I could, just like that. I mean, I remember her one time. I didn't have a place to stay when I was in Atlanta. I didn't know what I was going to do. She goes, well, you can stay with me. I mean, but she was, I mean, it was difficult. It would have been difficult for me to stay with her. But she was honest. She goes, Uncle, you're like the missing link. And there was one thing I remembered that from her. And I remember another thing. She just would let me know that she loved me. I mean, let me know point blank. In her voice, in her actions, it was very honest, you know? And I knew that. But this is the one I'm talking about. She passed away. But there's the other one thing. Oh, there was another thing that she wanted. One time I went to visit them, my brother, and it was my last day, and she lived far away. And my brother goes, she wants you to see her children, you know. And he was going to drive me, and I thought, and I said to myself, is this a good decision? I guess I was praying. I mean, because, you know, it was late, and it was a big drive, but would it make an effect? And I thought about it, but I said no, only for the mere fact is that I know they have a separate life now, okay? I know that she wanted to keep this connection, but the connection was broke. I mean, you know, she wanted to keep the connection because we grew up together, and she wanted the connection to stay, but it's gone. I mean, it was gone. I guess I thought about that, and I thought about my life. It was a very big decision, and because I know that they would remember it. I knew that they would remember me going there and seeing them, you know. And I decided not, which I guess it was a good decision, you know. But the thing about it is, she wanted that. She wanted them to know me. I mean, this girl, when she said something, she said it from her heart when she said it to me. She said things really beautiful from her heart. I never forget her. And then when she passed away, I'm sorry. My brother called me, and I thought never that she would pass away. I mean, she told me when she was sick, but honest to goodness, I never thought that would ever happen. I mean, she was young, you know what I mean? So I couldn't believe it. Okay, so now I'm getting into this dream. It's very important. I just could not believe that she passed away. Okay, and so I can keep going with this story. I just wanted to see where I was going to end this story, but so I'm thinking about how beautiful the mind is. I mean, like, I've been doing these YouTubes for over 10 years. I'm almost sure it was over 10 years. And you really build a lot of tools as you go along. Because I was just thinking about, instead of, you know, having notes and everything, you can see things in your mind, how you want to speak things. So I want to thank you all for holding with me and growing with me. But anyway, she passed away. And I remember a lovely person, and I remember when I had this dream, okay? I always sleep on the floor, but I was sleeping on the floor, and I know where I was. I wasn't here, I was somewhere else. This was a while back, of course. And it's funny, this dream was like you're captured somewhere, okay? It's almost like a computer program now that I think of it, but it's not a computer program. Nothing at all like it. But I'm just saying I could reenact it, on film. Um, it was white. Everything was white. Just white. The background and everything. So there was no distance, okay? And I saw Shadana, okay? And she's an ex-Jehovah Witness, and she made it in heaven. And she was dancing in the purple. I didn't explain it to anybody else because I told them I had this dream and nobody else wanted to listen. And she had this purple dress. It was, she did have, like, it was, I just remember kind of in detail because it had like a strap around her or something like that, but it was a full dress, but maybe a belt or something like that. I always look at the teeth because, I have problems with how ugly my teeth are. So I always, in my dreams, I always look at the people's teeth. And I'm going to fix them though, but it takes a while. So anyway, I looked at her. Okay, I'm not thinking about her dying or anything. In my dream, I'm captured. And I'm like this, and I turn, and I'm looking at, I guess I can say her name. She's gone, Shadana. And just like this, I hope you can see me. And I'm like this, I can still see her. And she's dancing. And that's something she gave me. It's another thing you never realize. And she's dancing with this purple dress. And I wanted to explain this. There was how a dress, like a skirt, it has like a triangles? It was like that in there. It wasn't like a skirt that has like flat, I don't know I'm not into fashion. But, like her dress was like these triangles, you know what I mean? Like it was like the hem, there was no hem, like it was just like that, triangle, and it was like purple. I don't know if people can understand, it was like triangle, triangle, triangle. And she was dancing and smiling. I looked at her beautiful teeth, and she was like 24. I told you they're always 24, but something different than 24. And I just smiling and just dancing. And then I put my head down like this. And then my father came, and he goes, "What are you doing?" He's always behind me. And I was just like this. And he goes, "What are you doing?" And I go, "I'm getting ready to cry because Shadana is passed away," or something like that. And no, how did he say it? Let me see. Oh, yeah, okay, I go like this, and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I go, "I'm getting ready to cry because Shadana..." Okay, one thing I forgot to tell you. When she was dancing, okay, she was just dancing. I can still see her, like, I found out, or it triggered, I was enjoying it, and then all of a sudden, I just noticed that she was passed away. You know what I mean? She was dancing and everything, and then I figured out, like, in my dream, like, what was happening, really. And so it made me sad, So at first I saw the beautiful dancing, and she was dancing. She was higher above, something like right above here, okay. And I was like sitting like here. And then that's when I put my head down because I forgot to tell you that I thought about, hey, wait, this is not a normal dream. She passed away. And then I put my head down. And the voice, like, he came behind me and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I go, "I'm getting ready to cry." And he goes, "Well, look it over there." And I looked over there. You still have Cleta and Shadana and Sharice, and that's what he said. You still have them over there. And I looked, and they were like in a shopping area, and they were walking. So then I went to try to walk toward them, but they were so far away. And then after that, I knew I had to go to the funeral. So that's what I had to do. And then I did see both of them at the funeral. And I wanted to say that at the funeral. But of course they planned it and everything, and I'm crazy just to want to say that in a eulogy or something. I just wanted to get up and say it, but I didn't get a chance, of course. But I remember one last thing at the funeral, and that was seeing her children, her two children that I remember. And the only thing I could think of is when she asked, and she meant it, she knew what she wanted. And when she goes, I want you to see the children, it meant something to her. And there's another thing, and she also wanted the paintings that I have. If you do my YouTubes, I have paintings over here. She wanted one of those paintings. I don't know why. I didn't give it to her. I said, no, I can't do that. It was like she was nicer than I was. Anyway, so now you can see. So did I want to tie that in? Okay, yeah. So how can I tie? I would never have that dream, but I wanted to make that fact to show you. The reason why I told you about her was that she was ex-Jehovah. She was definitely ex-Jehovah Witness mind. And she went to heaven and she knew where she was. This child was prepared, okay? So, and so much prepared that she was able to dance, okay? Like I said, my Jehovah Witness brother, he's in an asylum. I mean, like, he doesn't even know where he's at. He doesn't know anything about himself. And everybody thinks that you just, one click of the hand and you know everything. It doesn't work like that. Like, because you have so much value that inside of yourself that you have to get to know yourself. You have so much value. Everything that you want to in life is inside. So if you don't learn it, the only person that can teach it is you. So my brother never learned it. He's in an asylum somewhere. I don't know how they direct it or anything. But Shadana, she got to learn about herself. And she enjoyed herself. And evidently my mother also knew what she was doing because she wasn't lost as when she made it to heaven. So anyway, so that's it. I really enjoyed talking with you all. And this is about the dreams as being a Jehovah Witness and my dreaming as a ex-Jehovah Witness. So the one point I want to make that I hope everybody understands is don't take your dreams for granted. And I mean every kind of dream that you can think of. Dreams in your life. And when we're talking about dreams, I rarely dream about things like material, like I want to be powerful, I wanted this, I want to be that, I want to be that. No, I dream very, very beautiful things. I mean, like, I dream like, okay, I would like this, I would like to be like this, but they're not like, they're not like gold and silver, you know what I mean? And that's what I think the dream, that's what dreams I'm talking about. I'm talking about all different kinds of dreams. Dreams that, think about all the dreams that you have that you didn't have as a Jehovah Witness. And there's another thing too. All the TV, I mean, you can watch TV. I don't watch TV that much, but I do watch YouTubes a lot. But I always give time, always, and I think it's a very good point here, is don't take your dreams for granted and make sure you give yourself time to dream. And who is the person in your dream? Forget about the mirror. I don't believe in the mirror. The mirror is just a reflection of your face, not inside. Okay, let me say, the mirror is a reflection of your face, and your dreams are a reflection of you. Okay. Thank you very much. Stay in touch, and I'm looking forward to the next YouTube. Thank you. Bye-bye.